one-on-one conversation. 30 minutes of pure entertainment with musicians, writers, and actors to motivators, chefs, and even rappers to up-and-comings with the it factor. It's the Jazzie KWard coming at ya. Have fun, some smiles, a few laughs. Tune in, chime in, sit back, relax. Have fun, some smiles, a few laughs. Jazzie after dark.
Ooh, I gotta find me an angel. Chain, 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 chain of food. For 5 long years, I thought you were my man, but I'm just a link in your chain. You got me where you want me. I ain't nothing but your fool. You treated me mean, oh, baby, you treated me cruel. Yeah, chain, chain, chain. Chain, chain, chain. You're just a chain, chain, chain. Chain, chain, chain. Chain, chain, chain. Chain, chain, chain of food. Wherever it takes has got a weak link. I might be.
You know what, man? You know what? I'm just, you know, if I had some, I'm just gonna throw it at Mary, y'all. Just did y'all hear that chain of foods, ladies and gentlemen? What's going on? Happy Monday. I'm Jazzie KWard, and welcome to another edition of Artist Talk Jazzie After Dark. That was none other than international recording artist Mary Griffin. I'm so excited to have her on the show tonight. But before we get started, make sure you go over to KWard Radio, my YouTube channel. Make sure you subscribe to the page. KWardRadio.com is the website. And as we say on the show, if you don't do any of that, shame on you. So are you ready, ladies and gentlemen, to kick off Artist Talk? Well, let's start the show right now.
Live from WKRW, welcome to Artist Talk, a live one-on-one conversation with your host, the man with the golden voice, Jazzie KWard.
Chain, chain, chain. Oh, okay. I'm going to ask Mary next time when she goes on the road, y'all, if she needs some background vocals. I got a little Luther somewhere down in there, somewhere down in there. I'm going to have to audition, I'm sure, for the show. Everybody, come on in the room. I see a lot of people. Hey, everybody. Hey, Monica King Slater. I see Rodney, my friend Rodney. Castella. Castella is in California. They know how to party. Walter Chancellor, my friend. What a bad saxophonist. Is it Friday Night Live with the one and only Cat Carter? If you don't know Cat Carter, shame on you. Dr. Chantel Graham is in the house. My bestie is on the line, Nicole. Hey, it's so good to see everybody. Don't forget, leave your comments in the section. Don't forget to share the video. Go ahead and share the video. Share the live right now. Sharing is caring. That's right. So our special guest tonight is international recording artist Mary Griffin. Let me tell you, I try not to go by a script, y'all, but I'm really not going to go by a script tonight. I have been loving this lady's voice for a long time. And I just remember her singing. And when I've seen her at a lot of shows and concerts, singing. And I was like, who is this lady? I was determined to one day, I said, I'm going to have a conversation with this lady. I'm going to have a conversation with this lady. Well, let me tell you a little bit about Mary Griffin, but you're going to get to know her more up close and personal. She's an accomplished singer, songwriter with numerous accomplishments over her 30-year professional career. A prior Grammy nomination, multiple platinum records, movies, soundtracks. That's just to name a few. She attended Grambling State University. She has a BA and a master's degree in performing arts. She's opened for Etta James, Nancy Wilson, Phyllis Hyman, Al Jarreau. And of course, she toured with Patti LaBelle for 13 years and George Clinton for 7 years. And again, if you don't know Mary Griffin, shame on you. So ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, let's welcome to Artist Talk, recording artist, Miss Mary Griffin.
Hello.
Mary.
Hi, darling.
Don't you look beautiful back there?
Oh, thank you, sweetheart.
You do. Just fit for a queen. The chair, everything back there.
Thank you. Thank you. And to the audience out there, thank you for being here this evening.
Everybody is saying, hello, Mary. They said, wow, what a beautiful voice.
Oh, I give it all back to God. There's no me without God.
That's right. So again, I want to say thank you so much for taking the time out of your busy schedule to have a conversation with me.
Thank you for having me.
It is truly an honor and a privilege. But first I want to go back to say, how was your day today?
I had a wonderful day. I woke up.
Now that's a blessing. Nothing else need to be said.
Okay. I had a wonderful day because I woke up. I'm able to walk.
Uh-huh.
I'm healthy. Thank God for that.
That's right. That's right.
And I'm here with you.
That's even better. Thank you so much.
Thank
You don't
fam.
That's our friend Rodney. We love Rodney. Just wow.
Yes, honey. We love Rodney, honey.
So, Mary, I do this segment called The Real You. It's just I'm going to ask you 3 questions, just something for our guests to get to know Mary a little bit better. Okay. Some are funny, some are a little serious, but you don't have to take it serious. It's all in fun, okay? It's all in fun. So my first question is, give me your gratitude list.
Oh, God. I'm grateful for my son.
Okay.
I'm grateful for my mother. I'm grateful for my sisters, a wonderful career, friends and family, a community that supports the career that I have, and my friends like you who have seen the best part of me and want to accentuate that to your audience. I am grateful for the career God allowed me to have throughout all these years.
Oh, good. I love that.
And I'm grateful for health and strength, honey.
Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
Hallelujah. So, Mary, also let me ask you, do you have a most embarrassing moment? It could be, it don't have to be serious. Anything you'd be like, oh my God, did I just do that?
I have a lot of those. Uh, goodness, most embarrassing moment. Portugal. I was performing with George Clinton,
Hmm.
and I had this outfit on, and I had a wardrobe malfunction,
Oh wow.
and didn't know it because I was so into the song that I and it's on YouTube at that. I'm so messed up behind. It's on YouTube, but I had a good girlfriend and one of my friends, Frankie Waddy, who used to play with George Brown. He was on drums. I
Okay.
had, thank God, I turned around because just when the strap burst, I was turned around and Frank looked at me and went, fixed it. But that's one of mine, but because it was on television. I'm sorry, not Portugal. That was Sweden, and it was on television. As God would have it, I was turned around and not toward the audience. And my
Okay.
girlfriend came out and did a James Brown thing. She put the coat on. I kept performing and never stopped. And it's actually on YouTube. But yeah, that's one of my most embarrassing
Moments.
moments.
Okay. I love that. Thank you for sharing it. What about what's your favorite song right now on repeat? You have a favorite song that you just always listen
You know what? I listened to Bruno Mars and
to?
Anderson .Paak.
I love that.
Uh, I love them. First of all, I like the fact that they have fun
Right.
with the music. Also, I love the fact that they took it back
Right.
to when music was music. And
Real
now
music.
it's opening doors to real music again that has a message and it has love in it and it has fun in it
Yeah.
and it's inclusive as
Yeah.
well.
Mm-hmm.
So they're on repeat for me. I mean, what you doing? Where you at?
What you
You
doing?
know
Where
that
you
whole thing.
at?
Okay. Yeah.
Hey,
So,
hey.
uh,
Come on.
how about
How
that?
about that?
I'm in a
Well,
row. Yeah.
you know, Mary, when I say that about the real you, I mean real artists, real folks, just like you. You are not a real singer. You are a real singer. And it's not too many I think about something my grandmother, who in a Baptist church in Lowndes County, Alabama, I mean deep in the country, on that red dirt road we used to go to on Sunday morning. I mean, you got like that Mahalia Jackson, that soul that's nothing but God in you.
I grew up with nothing but that.
I
You
know.
know, my daddy was a country preacher. The church that my fellowship was in, I don't know how to say it today, but that I was
Mhm.
baptized in, and Daddy baptized me and all my friends. I was baptized at 7 years of age, and nobody prodded me. You know, we used to have a morning bench
Right.
where you sit there and you wait till God, the Holy Spirit, spoke to you, and then you get up and you said, I confess that I want to
Right.
follow God's path. And on that red dirt, Green Grove Baptist Church down on Beth River. Um, that's where I learned music
Oh
from a
yeah.
family called the Turners. And my daddy, you know, singing songs, where Maria would get up, and we called her Maria because Maria was
Right.
the mother of the church, but she sang in the choir, and she had 15 children that all sang, okay?
Wow.
My mama had 4 girls that all sang, but 15, and they can all
15.
sing. And Maria would get up, and she would, on Sunday morning before Daddy got up and preached, and she would sing these songs that Mahalia Jackson sang back in the day
Wow.
and that Aretha learned from Mahalia,
Right.
and tear the church up. So when I think about the goodness of God, I think about those days
Mhm.
when I would cry just hearing, Daddy saying, over yonder where
Oh,
Jesus lives, over yonder where Jesus lives. There be no crying, there be no dying over yonder where Jesus lives. And that was
Have mercy.
love,
Yeah.
life, faith.
What? Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that's where my music originated from. And I
Mm-hmm.
kept it there for such a time as this.
Wow. Because Mary, I always tell people, and I always ask a lot of my guests that come on the show, rather, is that where, as you mentioned, you got your start, your foundation was from the church,
That's right. And I never left it.
and you never left it.
I
Wow.
never left it. Yes, I sing secular music, but I do not sing one note without asking God to bless me to bless someone else.
Wow.
And even getting ready today, putting my makeup on and doing my hair and all of that, I was praying and meditating and asking God, allow me to say something to someone out there that's looking for a word that's positive
Mm-hmm.
to keep them going during this time. Allow me to say something with Jazzy that will help someone along the way. So
Oh,
my
wow.
living won't be in vain.
To God be the glory. Amen.
To God be the glory.
To God be the glory. Hey, everybody. I see a lot of people in the room. And of course, tonight is our special guest, international recording artist, Miss Mary Griffin. Make sure you go over to marygriffin.com. We're going to talk about, she just released June the 17th of this year, her release of Angel. She's also doing an Aretha Franklin tribute album. And we're going to get Mary to talk about that also on the show. But in the meantime, make sure you go over to marygriffin.com. Every album that this young lady has, music, download, stream, you need it in your life. I promise you, it will bless you in some kind of way. Support. Download the new Angel, the new single that she released. And Mary's going to sing it here tonight. So what we're going to do, Mary, I'm going to take a quick break. And then we're going to come back and we're going to have a performance from Mary Griffin. Okay, everybody? So don't go too far. I'm Jazzie KWard, and you're watching Artist Talk, Jazzie After Dark.
Hello, everybody. It's so nice to see you. My name is L.A. Young, and I'm here to let you guys know that you guys have got to make sure to check out Jazzie KWard Mondays from 7 p.m. Central Time on Artist Talk. And if you don't, you know what we say, right? Shame on ya. Make sure you check my guy out, the absolutely amazing Jazzie KWard. Stay tuned for music coming up for me. Love you guys. Love you, Jazzie.
Hey, everybody. Welcome back to the show, Artist Talk. I'm your host, Jazzie KWard. And again, we're talking with the beautiful Miss Mary Griffin, who's here with us tonight. And Mary, again, before we go into this song, let me tell you, I saw you on Instagram, and I don't know where you were performing, and you were singing this song. And that's probably my all-time favorite Aretha Franklin song. And when I first heard the song, I was like, who sings this song? Then somebody told me Aretha Franklin. But when I heard Mary Griffin sing this song, I said, I hope she records this one day. And here the song is, but I do want to ask you before you go into the song, why did you decide to do this Aretha Franklin tribute album, and why Angel?
When my father transitioned, and I might add, my dad transitioned preaching. I had been listening to this song on repeat, going to New Orleans to perform every weekend for 7.5 years. When my father transitioned, this song I had been playing, and Daddy transitioned during that time. Okay. And after that, I would play it all the time because I felt like I had an angel watching over all four of us, me and my sisters, my mom, my son, now my nephew and my niece. And when I first heard Aretha was sick, went in and took my entire band in to do this live because I wanted to give it the respect it was due. Because in Detroit, that's what they used to do. George
Right.
Clinton and everybody, the Clark sisters, everybody, they were in the same studio from what George told me. And they would all listen to each other's stuff before they went in. I said, you know what? This is my tribute.
Wow.
From that time of hurting and getting through what I was going through when my father transitioned, this song kept me. I said, and I want to do this song, and this is before she ever transitioned, as a tribute to her. Now, I know a lot of people did tributes, but when Tom Joyner asked me to come and perform to open up the amphitheater, the Aretha Franklin Amphitheater in Detroit, I said, Lord, this is your way of telling me
Right.
it's time. And so I decided then to go in and finish it and then release it the same month that it was released in the 70s when she released it. And so
Wow.
I appreciate the fact that you loved it and you called it into fruition when you saw me singing it live for a friend of mine that they told he wasn't going to live for 6 more months. And his name is Rue. And Rue is still alive. He's a big-time blues writer. I went there and did that because Sweet Ida Bird called me. She said, he needs this. Would you come and sing it? And Rue is still here, and that was 2 years ago.
Look at God.
Look at God.
Look at God. Well,
Thank you.
thank you. So, ladies and gentlemen, I want to introduce you again, the incomparable Miss Mary Griffin, and her latest release is Angel, which is available right now on marygriffin.com, and wherever music is streaming, go and download this song right now. So, Mary, whenever you're ready, take it away.
To all of my angels out there, I love you and thank you for being the wind beneath my wings. Gotta find me an angel to fly away with me. Gotta find me an angel, yeah. Who will set me free? My heart's without a home, and I don't wanna be, hey, don't wanna be alone. Gotta find me an angel, yes I do, in my life, in my life. Too long have I loved, so I'm attached with them. So much that I know, so much that I know. I need, Lord, I need someone so. Still I just go on. How that I'd find someone, gotta find me an angel in my life, yeah, yeah, in my life, oh.
You know what? I'm just, I'm just speechless. I'm just, I'm just, ooh. Like they were saying, Mary, people, the doors of the church are open. Pass the collection plate.
Just go stream the music and buy it. How about that? It ain't but 99 cents.
It ain't everybody. Please.
Please. Look.
Mary,
Please. 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 Please.
MaryGriffin.com is the website. Go get this song, y'all. So what we're going to do, Mary, we're going to come back. We're going to go to a segment. Dr. Graham is in the house. I see her fanning.
Hey, Doc. My holistic doctor, baby. Hey. Great is thy name.
Woo! I'm getting hot myself, having a little hot flash.
Hallelujah.
Like I was singing. Woo, Lord, that was phenomenal. Let me fan you a little bit more.
Thank you, Dr. Graham.
So what we're going to do, Mary, we're going to have Dr. Graham is going to give us a health tip for the week. And we're going to come back. We're going to talk with Mary Griffin a little bit more. We're going to kind of go back to the beginning of her career, how things transcended and, where she is today, how she got there, and some other great things that she's going to also share with us. So continue to keep it locked right here with Jazzie KWard right here on Artist Talk.
It's time for Health and Wellness Check-In with Dr. It's time for Health and Wellness Check-In with Dr. Chantel Graham. Tips for the mind, body, and soul.
Everybody, Dr. Graham, you still fanning?
Listen, let me tell you something right now. I'm going to piggyback on something she said about praying. And I tell people all the time, you better get on your knees before you fall on your face.
Okay. That's right.
Bend your knees before you fall on your faces. The other falling is a little bit harder. But anyway, I got to get myself together. Okay. Thank you. So this week, we're going to talk about ear health because I just heard some stuff that she was saying. I'll make sure my ears stay pretty good. Keep hearing good music like that. You know what I mean? Right. And we don't think about our ears, but they're the central of our hearing, and it's a vital part of our body. So we have to remember, first of all, we have earwax in our ears. So Jazzie, what will you use to clean your ears? Would it be a Q-tip, a bobby pin, or something small to get that wax out? What would you use?
You want you know what? I'm gonna keep it professional, right? So I would use a Q-tip. Typically, Dr. Graham, I put a little peroxide on the Q-tip, and then
we say that, but all those are wrong. You should not be sticking anything in your ear. No Q-tip, no bobby pin, no sharp objects. The rule of thumb is your finger and a washcloth. That is the smallest thing that you should be sticking in your ears to clean your ears out. Several reasons. Those smaller objects, you can actually damage your eardrum, which is not good at all. Or if you do have earwax in there, you can impact it more and make it worse than what it really is. Now, understand what earwax is. Earwax is the way that your body cleans the ear itself. Earwax has two great components. One is the lubricator, and two, it has antibacterial properties. So you should have a little bit of earwax in there. Now, you're going to have either dry earwax or wet earwax. If you have dry earwax, it should be a color of a yellowish to a hue like a amber or honey color. It can even be orange, and that's normal. If you have dry earwax, it's going to be whitish in color or gray. Nothing oozing out of your ears. That's not a good thing. But those are the colors. Now, mind you, if you are of African or European descent, you're going to have dry earwax. If you are Native American, East Asian, or Asian, you'll probably be prone to more having wet earwax. Now, what does that mean? By having your earwax being dry meaning sticky and pasty, not dry like hard and dry. So if you have dry earwax, do you realize that you're more prone to needing more deodorant? If you have wet earwax, you probably won't, because that chemical that is in wet earwax from your body makes your sweat not stink, which is really something that we don't think about. So think about that. Earwax is a good thing. If you have any issues, go to the doctor. Again, do not go to Dr. Google. You know that is not my friend. Go to the doctor, get checked out. Some people do what they call candle waxing, where they have this long tube that they put in their ear, and they have the warm candle wax go down their ear. That's supposed to be a suction to take out that bad stuff. It does work for some people, some it don't, but I keep saying do not doctor yourself, because that's not going to work. We have things in our ear like that ringing of the ear, which is called tinnitus. Now think about tinnitus. That is not a medical condition. It is a symptom. So if you have ringing in your ear, it's not an illness. It's just caused by something else. It could be medication. It could be things like Meniere's disease. If you have TMJ, like a bad jawline, you might get that ringing in your ear. Go get that checked out. If it goes from time to time, once in a while, don't go crazy. But if it's a constant thing, get it checked out. So that's a little bit about your little earwax. So earwax is not a bad thing. Just don't have too much of it.
I love that, Dr. Graham. Thank you for sharing that. And let people know how they can find you too.
Dr. Graham at The App Life. You can also look at me on Twitter on The App Life, or Instagram, The App Life. I'm there in all forms and fashion. And
right.
You know what the rule is tomorrow, right?
Well, I was going to ask you, Dr. Graham.
First of all, support these artists. These people are phenomenal. They sound so much better than what we hear on a regular, radio station. I still love my Costello shirt. You didn't wear yours. I wore mine again today, but whatever. And tomorrow, first thing in the morning at 5:30 a.m., we will have Miss Mary music playing in the background, getting everybody going. And yes, I'm buying that song. I'm going to buy it for myself and share it with someone else. Why would you not? Buy more than one copy. People, stop being cheap. Y'all spend more money on a cup of coffee. Go get this music, okay? And the music you can play over and over again. The coffee, once you drink it and it goes out, it ain't no good for you anyway.
And the music you can have for the rest of your life.
Thank you. So download for yourself and gift one to somebody else.
I love that. And let them know.
$2 whole dollars. $2 whole dollars.
$2 whole dollars. And let them know about your book.
Oh, y'all know Nia is never far. The lovely Nia, the Germinator. Don't forget, in about a couple of weeks, it'll be available in Spanish. And by the spring, her next collection will start to be coming out. We'll get it going.
I love that book, Nia, the Germinator. I mean, you can adults, if you have grandkids, nieces, nephews, friends, please buy the book. Check out the book.
There you go.
Dr. Graham, will you stick around for the rest of the show?
I can't. I have to. This is phenomenal. Let me get my fan back.
And we go.
Yeah, but we in church right now. Collection plate. We love the kind of money that jingles, but we rather have the kind that folds.
That's right. I love it. Thank you as always, Dr. Graham.
All right. I'll see you guys soon.
All right. Thank you.
It's time for Health and Wellness Check-In with Dr. Chantel Graham.
Hey, everybody.
Mind, body, and soul.
Mind, body, and soul.
I love her.
I know, right? She's great there.
I love her. Real people.
Hey, and I'll also, before we go, my friend, recording artist, Miss Monica King Slater, happy 51st birthday to you, my dear, beautiful friend. Happy birthday to Monica. Make sure you check out her song. She has a beautiful song. She's a beautiful voice lady. Her Morning Coffee. I love that song. But Mary, did you, when it comes to
I got a doctorate too.
You get
a GIBU doctorate that I earned it from GIBU Ministries, and they've got 154 ministries around the world.
Wow.
Out of Ghana.
Okay.
And so 19, I graduated and was given my honorary doctorate. My friend, Dr. Rhonda Branch in Dallas, Texas, with the Branch churches.
Okay.
She made sure that they knew who I was and that I had given music for a project called Homeground. So,
wow. That's great. I love it, Mary. I love it. So everybody, if y'all have any questions for our guest tonight, please make sure you put it in the comment section. And I promise you, we'll do our best to answer those. Don't forget to share the video. Please. Thank you so much. So, Mary, I want to go back. I want to go back to when your music career started. Like Mary Griffin, I know your foundation, you started in the church, but I want to go back to Mary Griffin. I don't know if it was 1988, the song Without You. Is that when it all began for Mary Griffin?
It began Without You with KWard Records. My career started. Let me say this. I did the first commercial called Catch the Spirit Now for Mr. Simmons, Mr. Frank Simmons, in Monroe, Louisiana, where I'm from, for his car dealership. And that was the first time I ever recorded a song. And that was actually in 1987.
87.
I think. Okay. And this is while I'm in college, at Grambling State University. I had a partial scholarship at Northeast Louisiana University, and a vice president heard me sing at a wedding, offered me a full scholarship to be an ambassador for music at Grambling State University with Dr. Joseph B. Johnson. So that made me be able to go around and open up for the likes of Etta James, who gave me a treble clef necklace at 23. And sadly, I didn't know who Etta James was because I was a church girl, okay? And then opening up for Nancy Wilson, and then opening up for Phyllis Hyman, and then opening up for the Temptations, and then go for Bayou Classic every year. But then I, by Mr. Henderson said, I want to take you to this guy who's doing a Star Search audition down in Alexandria, Louisiana. He took me there. Didn't know that the guy was looking for artists that he wanted to manage. So he took me to New Orleans, and there was a cabaret place there, and I didn't know what cabaret meant, so I still went because I had a little boy that I had to take care of, and I went down and auditioned, and a friend of mine who just transitioned, Thomas Cronin, hired me on the spot. And he was like, we need someone like her. KWard Records saw, one of their artists saw me performing at this cabaret club in New Orleans. And then from there, KWard Records, which is the biggest country label in the world, signed me. And they decided we want to make her the next Tina Turner. Well, ain't no next Tina Turner, okay?
Nope.
Ain't but one. That's the first thing I said. Ain't but one Tina Turner, baby. Now, what you can do, I love rock and roll. I love Nazareth. I love Metallica. I like David Bowie. I love, Queen, BTU, all of these. I do. I like these. I like these groups. Right. And I sat down and I said with Mike Curb, I said, how are we going to do this? Because I'm a country girl that you found in a cabaret club. And let me just be straight up. Okay. They call it cabaret, but it was a gay club. First time I ever saw a drag queen in my entire life was in there. And it opened my mind up to a whole different world. So by the time I starred in Studio 54 as Amy Stewart, who first did Knock on Wood, Casey from the Sunshine Band said, I'm going to produce her. And this is the first time I'm going to produce anything sober. Casey, let me have one take like Aretha Franklin.
Wow.
One.
Wow. One take.
One take. And when I finished with that one take, Casey said, that's a wrap. And the next day, that was it.
That was the
I don't want to lose this good thing, hey, that I've got. Because if I do, I would surely lose a lot. And so that was my introduction to the movie Studio 54.
Right.
Hey, Ron Felipe, that's my bar right there. Oh yeah.
good thing that I've got. 'Cause if I do, I will surely lose a lot. 'Cause your love is better than anything I know. It's like thunder, lightning. The way you love me is frightening. I better knock on wood. Said I better knock on. Oh, baby, yeah. Say I better knock on wood, baby.
Mary, you was giving us so much like Grace Jones right there.
Oh, but baby, they gave me one take. I did one take with that.
Wow.
See, when ignorance is bliss, okay? That thing that I'm rising up in is 30 feet out of the air and nothing to catch you at the bottom. So adrenaline is big when you don't understand, when you don't know what you're doing, and that's your first time on a movie set. But God's been good to me, because by the time I finished that one take, Mike Christopher said, that's a take. You're done.
Wow.
If everything else goes this quick, we're going to have a hit on our hands. Now, I don't know if it was a hit or not, but let me just say this to you. To be able to play Amy Stewart in the movie Studio 54 was a blessing. I didn't have to audition. Mike Christopher said, I want her.
Wow.
And I ended up being Amy Stewart in Studio 54, based on him saying, I want her.
Look at God. Look at God.
Look at God. Look at
how
it.
that-
Oh, look at God. That
God.
energy. It's called frequency. Give me your frequency.
See. So Mary, do you find it different as far as like acting roles versus you singing, or does it seem all the same to you?
To me, it was all the same, because what he explained to me, because I never did any acting other than on stage. And yet,
Right.
that's impromptu. Nobody's giving you lines or feeding you lines.
Right.
For me, it was the same, because all I had to do was be me and perform.
Right.
And Casey showed up at like 7:30 that morning with what we did the night before.
Okay.
And I'm in makeup, and Ryan's sitting beside of me, and we're talking about New Orleans, because he had a place in New Orleans. And Casey comes in with, you know, he's edited for the movie. And I said, okay, so I've got to learn this. He said, you just sang it. Why you got to learn it?
Okay.
I said, but okay, all right. I didn't argue, because I was just grateful for being there, you
Right.
know. And they played it. I wasn't given any instructions or any of that. All Mike Christopher said was, be Mary Griffin. And
Right.
I just went up there and did that one take, like I did the one take with KC from the Sunshine Band.
Right.
And I was done. I got back on the plane the next morning and came back to Louisiana.
I love it. I love that. And I didn't know that. Thank you for sharing that. And I
Thank
mean,
you for having it.
and this is not everybody. This is not the only movie that Mary's been in. You got Coyote Ugly, the soundtrack. You were also featured on that.
Yes.
The Driven soundtrack. Is it Ballistic X versus Seaver?
Sever, yes,
Sever.
with Antonio Banderas and Lucy Liu. Yeah, I'm the end credits on that song. And see, this is another thing that I need you to understand in the audience.
Mm-hmm.
That song was the end credit song for the movie.
Wow.
For Driven,
Mm-hmm.
I was a fool to say the things I said. That's Diane Warren. She wrote
Wow.
that. Never met her a day in my life, but she wanted me to perform that song. And in the studio, Diane is talking to me on a conference call with the producers in Terrell, Texas.
Wow.
So I drove from Grambling, Louisiana, because at the time I was married to someone. Okay. Anyway, but I was married at the time, and I got in my car, drove to Terrell, Texas, to the studio, and Diane was on the phone, and she just told me, she said, you know what I want you to think? I want you to think Gladys Knight.
Wow.
There was no, because she sang the demo. And Diane
Okay.
said, I can't sing, so I know you don't have a reference to go for. So I'm going to tell you, think Gladys Knight performing this. And I went in that deep voice. I was a fool to say the things I said. I just lost my head and made you cry. I made you go. Didn't mean to be so cold. And then they remixed it for the clubs in Europe. I just lost my head and made you cry. I made you go. Be so cold. I had no right in treating you that way. How could I know the price I paid? I wanna get back. Please give me one more time. I wanna get back. Please stop this hurting inside. I wanna get back. Please give me one more time. I wanna get back, baby. Please stop this hurting inside. I've been walking down cold and lonely streets.
Wow. Did y'all see this? Did y'all see this lady in her career in Mary? I'm just saying, you know, your legacy, your lifespan in this industry, 30 plus years. You know, when I think about that, when you think about artists like yourself, I just believe, you know, the time that I grew up, when I saw that you, like Phyllis Hyman, Mary Griffin, Nancy Wilson, the image that I think we see today, and I'm not talking about artists, but I think the representation that little girls or Black girls see, this style of class and music that you see, why do you think it's a little challenging? Or I know times have changed, but what's your thought on the process of music today? You know, because again, Mary Griffin, before I go, Mary Griffin doesn't need any auto-tune. I'm not knocking auto-tune. There's nothing wrong with that. But what do you think is missing today in this music industry?
Morality, morals, integrity, self-love, understanding accountability, God,
Oh yeah,
and your understanding of God,
right.
talent, talent.
Right. And you know, go ahead.
When this machine showed itself to me, I made a decision.
Right.
I could have chosen, because that's what we are given in this life, a choice.
Right.
I could have chosen to get naked, you know, I could have chosen to drop it like it's hot. I'm so glad that videos and these telephones were not prevalent, you know, when I was younger, because I did stuff that, you know, I was trying to find out who I was and all of this, and not like it is today. You know, I didn't do the things that I see today. But
Right.
even in the things that I did do, when I would get home, sometimes I felt embarrassed.
Okay.
I felt embarrassed. You know,
Right.
I took my first drink when I was like 26 or 28 years of age. Because before then, I was in classical music in college, and so everything was about taking care of your voice. I look at today, and I would never give my son didn't have a telephone. You know, he's 36, so it says he'll be 36 in September. So that it was a different era. But I would never give my child a phone at 3 or 4 or 5 years of age.
Right.
Not even until, teenagers. I would be very careful even with doing that then, but I've got a son that's never drank, you know,
Right.
never did alcohol or drugs. And the reason why is because he had a self-love
Right.
that he didn't want to tarnish this body. When I'm singing young artists right now, is that you got to throw it all on the line
Yeah.
and let the chips fall where they
Well,
may.
right.
And when you get my age, you're looking, if you're going to be able to look back and see what you did and go, oh my God, if I had known what I knew today,
Right.
I wouldn't have allowed them to exploit me this way.
Right.
The beautiful thing about understanding who you are and having a foundation that teach you integrity and accountability
Right.
is that you look at yourself from the inside out,
That's right.
and you are responsible for what you feed people,
Mm-hmm.
because this is a gift. You're an instrument.
Right.
You are a tool, and you choose what kind of tool you want to be
That's right.
in this thing called here.
That's
Because
right.
this machine will use you as a tool.
That's
You
right.
decide. You decide what tool you're going to be for the machine, with the machine,
Right.
within the machine. And that
Right.
means that sometimes you won't reach the stardom
Mm-hmm.
that people say, oh, I don't understand why she's not bigger than what she is.
Right.
In God's eyes, I believe that frequency and that energy is huge.
Right.
I never looked at credibility for man. I do want to take you with me on this ride.
That's
Because
right.
it's a beautiful ride if you love yourself. And if
That's
you
right.
love the God that's in you. It's a beautiful ride. And although it's got real high highs and real low lows.
No, that's right.
When I walk in a room, nobody's saying I saw or I've been with.
Right.
I did that. When I walk in the room, hello, Miss Griffin, how are you?
That's right.
What can we do for you? And I said, baby, you've done everything. You invited me to the table. Thank you.
That's right. Thank you. I love that, man. Do you believe that self-awareness is critical to success?
Self-awareness is everything
Mm.
to success. Because my success is not indicative of
Right.
what's in somebody else's eyes as success. I mean, let's face it. Frankie Valli
Mm-hmm.
wanting to come in a studio, in Neil Diamond's studio in Hollywood, and do a duet with me.
Right.
Lauryn Hill and the Fugees were up for that song for "You're Just Too Good to Be True." Can't
True.
take my eyes off of you. But I didn't get discouraged when they said, "Well, we're gonna go with Lauren's version of this instead of Frankie Valli's version as a duet with you."
Right.
What my label decided to do is we're just gonna put it out as a single.
Wow.
For me, any way you bless me, Lord, I'm satisfied.
Amen. Amen. And you know, Mary, and that was from conspiracy theory.
And that's from conspiracy theory. That's what Mel Gibson and Julia Roberts. It was
I-
played.
Right. I think we have a clip of that. I think Mary froze. Let's play it.
My eyes off of you, you'd feel like heaven to touch. I wanna hold you so much. At long last, love has arrived, and I thank God I'm alive. You're just too good to be true. Can't take my eyes off of you. But the way that I stare, there's nothing else to compare. The sight of you leaves me weak. There are no words left to speak. But if you feel like I feel, let me know that it's real. You're just too good to be true. Can't take my eyes off of you.
I love it. I love.
Frankie was like, "Give me some of this."
Get right. Do you ever perform that song in your shows?
Yeah, I did in the past. I did perform it in my shows. Yeah.
Wow.
Like now, I got to get somebody that'll play it like that.
Okay. Right. I love it. People were like,
These kids don't want to play that stuff. That is not the right. That. Can we do something else? No, you got to play it like this.
yeah, play it like that. Wow. So, moving a little further in your career, because I'm seeing a lot of questions and comments, and people were wondering, Mary, before she started doing session work or background vocalist, Mary was an artist in her own right. Before, George Clinton, and, she sang with Patti LaBelle for 13 years. She was signed to KWard Records. And tell us, Mary, how that came about when you connected with Patti LaBelle.
After recording I Surrender, after recording I Surrender, Where You Are, Perfect Moment. Well, let me put it this way. Let me tell you how that ended up. I was going in and recording with producers that were actually excited about my voice.
Okay.
But then they were letting other producers that were bigger hear the music.
Got
And once they heard it, they asked those writers to let them hold the songs for these artists.
Right.
So I didn't know I was going in and recording for somebody else to get it. Celine Dion ended up recording I Surrender, but I'm the one who did it first. Jessica Simpson and Nick Lachey went in and they recorded Where You Are, but I recorded it first with the producers. Anastasia, I recorded I'm Out of Love first.
Wow.
And Anastasia ended up getting it. Kelly Clarkson, I recorded Anytime for the movie Ballistic Exorcist 7, ended up being on the end credits of the movie, but they allowed her to re-record it.
Wow.
And it made it bigger with her. I was so disappointed, broken, and so done with this industry and the people in it that I ended up getting a call one day from a man by the name of Sammy McKinney. And Sammy McKinney was best friends, writer and producer for people like Patti LaBelle, Anita Baker, a lot of artists out there that he and quite a few writers had written and produced with. And Sammy heard I Surrender.
Wow.
Now, by this time, it had gone through 4 different people, ended up in Sammy's hands. Sammy let Patti hear it 2 years prior to her getting rid of her band of 20-something years. And she was looking for singers.
Okay.
And so Sammy said, what about that girl I let you hear, the song that she did, and Celine Dion ended up recording the song I Surrender. She said, well, do you know how to get in contact with her? He said, no, but I'll find her. And at the time, Sammy was ill, but on his sick bed, Sammy contacted me. And listening to him talk, I don't know how he found my number, but he found it. I was living in Grambling, Louisiana. He called me, and he said, I have an artist. Her name is Patti LaBelle. She's looking for background singers. I said, child, I don't sing backup.
Yeah.
Who is this again? He said, well, my name is Sammy McKinney, and my best friend, Patti LaBelle, is looking for backup singers. And I said, well, I don't sing backup. He said, would you be willing to talk to her? Okay.
Okay.
And so he said, well, I'm going to have her call you tomorrow. She has a concert tomorrow night in Atlanta, Georgia. And, Lord, my baby to come on here. Okay. Sit down. And he said, she's going to call you. So Patti called me the next day. I'm cooking gumbo at the house in Grambling. And she called me. And she said, hello, my name is Patti LaBelle. I said, uh-huh. And she said, well, I'm getting ready for my concert tonight, but I wanted to know if you would sing something for me. And I'm going, okay. And I said, this ain't no Patti LaBelle. This can't be no Patti LaBelle. And I'm cooking gumbo, so I'm like, oh, all right, well. She said, "This is Patty." And I said, "Yes, ma'am." Okay. And so I went into a song. She said, I went into I don't know about tomorrow. I just live from day to day. She said, hold up, because I don't have a whole lot of time. She said, "Can you go into the part where you go real high on that song?"
What you do, Mary?
I said, "And I know, I know, I know." She said, "Okay, well, I like that. Uh, would you be opposed to me calling you tomorrow with my tour manager and manager?" I said, "No, ma'am."
Okay.
She said, "Okay, I'll call you tomorrow." So the next day, she called me. she called. She said, "Hello, Mary." I said, "Yes, ma'am." She said, "I've got my tour manager and I've got my manager on the phone. Well, do you mind going into that song just a little bit?" And I said, "Yes, ma'am." She said, "Just the high part. I don't need the rest of it." I said, "And I know, I know." She said, "That's enough, that's enough, that's enough." She said, "Now, they're going to send you a ticket to go to LA, and I'll meet you there." I said, "Hold up, wait a minute." I ain't said, "Hold up." I ain't said nothing about leaving. I can't, hold up, I got cheering here at the house. I can't just get up and go nowhere. I'm a wife and a mama. Hold on. Needless to say, I had a conversation with my ex-husband, and I got up, packed up some bags, and went to LA. And when I got to LA, I had no idea what I was in store for. Now, I'm still signed to KWard Records.
Okay.
Who does that? You're signed to a major label, and you get up and go sing backup for somebody. Talking about just being led, honey.
Yes.
So I went out there to sing one tour with Patti LaBelle. And while I was out there, she ended up taking me to a concert with her to go see Tony Bennett. And this was like December. And I got a chance to meet Liza Minnelli at this dinner. And after the dinner, Liza told Patty, she said, "You should bring her to to Madison Square Garden to actually sing with you for this Christmas program that we're doing." And I went and I sang with Patty, and Patty was like, "Girl," and in that room, everybody was there, the LaBelles, you know, I can just go down the list. You
Right.
had everybody from Deborah Cox to Luther Vandross and Shaka Khan and Ray Charles. You had everybody that was
Wow.
somebody in that music industry there. And Shaka gave me her mic and said, "Okay, I did everything I'm going to do for free." And me and Luther was standing there, and Luther said, "Well, come on, child, let's go out here." And I ended up between Ray Charles at the piano and
Right.
Luther Vandross on this side. And when Miss Pat got through up front, in front of the piano with everybody else, he said, "Well," I ain't going to say the part. I said what Luther said, but anyway. And when he said what he said, "Well, that's it, child. Let's get it. Let's move." But I had met Luther while I was in college,
Oh wow.
2 years prior to this. And
Wow.
Luther's assistant told him, said, "You remember this little girl? She sang on a program that we gave for Sissy Houston, and she was the college student." And Luther was like, "That is her." He said, "You were singing Patty's song, 'Winter in You.'" I said, "Yes." And I said, now look at it. I'm back here singing backup for her." He said, "Oh my God. I
Wow.
never would have thought." And this was like 6 years prior. No,
Wow.
Lord, probably longer than that, because I was in college at that time, but it was like years later. from the 80s, and then now we're talking about 2002. So, I mean, God has a way that God does what God does.
And that's right. That's right. I
I've
love it.
been blessed.
You have truly been blessed, Mary. And also, oh, we're going to show some.
They turn to gray. About my future. For you know what lies ahead. About tomorrow.
My Lord. I had to cut that off, y'all, because I was gonna be married. My Lord. My Lord. My God. Jesus. Mm. You know, when we think about music, Mary, and your career path, and you know, music is so healing for the mind, the body, the soul. And you know, what does music heal you from? When you see that performance and you hear that song, what resonates with you? What goes through your body?
Well, first of all, Miss Patton never did tell me when
Mhm.
she's gonna pull my behind out there.
Right.
You didn't know. You just had to stay ready, so you didn't have to get ready. Some of the greatest moments I have had singing on stage were with Patti LaBelle. The most, some of the most magical moments I've had, and God just coming in and just
Right.
doing what God does, were on that stage with Patti LaBelle.
Right.
And there was not a day of one day of performing with her that I didn't thank God for the lessons,
Mhm.
for the blessing, for her hands on
Mhm.
my life.
Right.
And everything has its time and
That's
its
right.
timing. And what we have to understand is to pay attention what God is doing in the midst of what we're doing. So we're not just doing.
Right.
And God allows us, 13 is a very pivotal number in
Hmm.
numerology, if you understand numerology.
Yes.
And I knew when it was time, just like Patty knew when it was time,
Right.
for such a time as this. I thank God every day for the blessing of having her in my life,
Right.
of meeting her the way that God, because nobody but God would have done that. I was living in Grambling, Louisiana. Anybody know anything about Grambling? We got three, we had, because I don't live there, I live in Houston now. We had 3 red lights in the whole place. That's on each end, north, east, south, and west.
Wow.
Um, the chances of being managed by Barry Manilow with Stiletto Management for 5 years,
Wow.
prior to ever meeting Patti LaBelle. All of these things are God.
Right. It was
And
divine
in
to happen.
Grambling, everything was divine. And it all started,
Mhm.
to be honest with you, it all started the big explosion of going into the music industry.
Right.
It all started with me making a decision that I wanted this, but I didn't want
Right.
to compromise who I am to get it.
Right.
And God allowed me to have it, to see what it's like to walk the red carpet, to know what it's like to open shows for the greatest performers of our time,
Mm-hmm.
and to stand beside some of the strongest and still hear George
Right.
Clinton, Patti LaBelle, and still stand and still be recording to this day, have my own company,
Right. 2013. Mahogany
okay?
Entertainment.
And to put the music out when I get ready, the
That's
way
a
I
blessing.
want to.
Right. And that also goes back to Mary. I think educating yourself in the business and longevity. You know, you see so many artists and you wonder, like, what happened to her? What happened to him? Maybe it was a bad deal, maybe bad business. But, you know, real quick, what has this business taught you? And why do you think you're still a part of this business when you hear so many people say, oh, don't ever go into the entertainment business? You know, you know,
I
what
love it. I love entertaining. So nothing. I mean, when I tell you what this business did to me,
Mhm.
it made me grow up. That's what it
Okay.
did. It made me be more refined in how I made decisions based on business. Because the first record deal the only record deal that I signed was the worst record deal that anybody could possibly sign. But if I hadn't signed it, I wouldn't have had the history
Wow.
to be able to do great business now and to
Mhm.
tell younger people that God allowed me to meet. No, baby, read every single solitary line, conjunctions and all, and or buts, all of these things.
Mhm.
Trust no one.
Wow.
Trust no one.
No.
If their mouth is moving, don't trust them. Look up. See, now it's easy because you can look up anything you want to look. Ain't no reason for you to sign no crazy stuff now unless you
Right.
just want to sign it.
Right.
Because you can look up all of these things, downloads, the copyrights, your publishing, and thank God I met a man 10 years ago that understood business. That's all he did was in the oil business is read contracts. And when you get to the administration part, the contracts get even more cutthroat.
Right. Okay.
And Robert taught me business.
Got it.
So I'll tell every artist that wants to do this, read.
Reading is fundamental.
He made me a whole book about downloads 9 years ago, before it was even huge for us.
Wow.
He made that book and said, now I want you to go through all the digital laws, copyrights, everything, SINSAC,
Right.
AFTRA, all of the unions from overseas to the United States of America understand what they're saying in this paperwork, so you
Wow.
know how to work within the process, because there is a process.
Right.
We as artists, we get so tied in. We just want to sing. We just want to perform. But honey, at the end of the day, I want to get paid.
That's right. That's right.
I want my money.
Right.
And you can't get your money if you did not look at the fine line and understand how much you're going to get on this download. Now, you may download that song for $1.99, but administration fees is $1.25 of that. If you don't own the publishing,
Right.
you get even less on each download.
Wow.
If you're not the author, you get even less. So you got to sell a bunch of this stuff
Right.
just to be able to buy groceries.
Mm-hmm.
So
Wow.
don't look at the outer shell of things. Get into the inside.
Right.
Take it apart. Get it down to the lowest common denominator. And
That's
then
right.
make a decision.
Okay, y'all hear all this truth, this wisdom, this knowledge that the Mary Griffin is preaching to us. It's hey, take care of your business, people. Or have the right people in your corner that's gonna have your back. That is so important. And you know, Mary, I could talk to you all day. Yeah, I could talk to Mary all day. Well, Mary, I want you to also let them know. Again, June 17th, she released Angel, and you're doing the tribute album
Yes, I am.
to Aretha Franklin. Do you know when that project will be ready? The full project?
Well, from the director that's directing it on the money side, so you got to have money to put all this stuff out, okay?
Right.
I am told by third quarter, and we almost to third quarter, Daydreaming has to come out, okay?
Okay.
So it's ready
Okay.
to be released, but I want to get some momentum behind Angel
Oh yeah.
before I release another song.
Oh yeah.
Because I want to have a video and all of that,
Mhm.
ready for people to go and see, so they can see where I'm coming from when I'm talking about gotta find me an angel.
Right.
Because everybody's idea of what angel is different. What an
That's
angel
true.
is different. So I want them to see aesthetically what I mean by an angel. We gotta all get on one page. I'm hoping, I'm praying
Okay.
that I will be able to release the entire project.
All right.
Okay, by
That's right.
February.
That's
But
right.
Daydreaming will come out at the end of the third quarter.
Okay. I
Which
love
is
it.
the next one. Okay.
Okay. What about any tour dates? Are you touring anywhere? Where can we see you perform?
Well, I'm doing I'm doing spot dates. The first thing you got to do, let me tell you how you do this. The first thing you got to do is get momentum before promoters
All right.
will even put you on festivals and things like that. Me being here with you today allows me to be seen.
Okay.
And I have to be honest about this. I don't lie about things like that. I tell it like it is. For me to be seen doing interviews, it gets some momentum. And when they see people are supporting you, then they know that there are going to be people in those seats to
Right.
support you. And then
Right.
promoters get behind you to put you on a tour. And that's the only way that works. So if I
Gotcha.
can get more interviews like yourself,
Mm-hmm.
I can get on a tour and be out there at least performing 3 of my songs,
Right.
that I've recorded, and then do a few other things. But I right now have spot dates, and all
Okay.
of those are being listed on my YouTube channel as they
Okay.
come, and
Yeah.
on my fan page.
Okay. Well, like definitely Montgomery, Alabama supports Mary Griffin, and we're gonna have to get Mary Griffin here to Montgomery. And a question, Luther said, who were some of your musical influences?
The very first one I had was Aretha Franklin. I'm sorry, Aretha was second. Shirley Caesar was the first one. Shirley Caesar was the first one because Daddy didn't play that. So Shirley Caesar was my first influence. Aretha Franklin was my second one. I was introduced to Mahalia Jackson, then Nina Simone, and then from Nina Simone to Tina Turner, and from
Okay.
Tina Turner to Nancy Wilson.
Baby, let me tell you
And then,
something. You know,
then Ella James.
I know you're doing this tribute album to Aretha Franklin. I would love to see you do a jazz album
Ooh.
one day. I
Well,
would,
you know what? I will do that because I love me some Anita Baker. What
yeah,
have you done to me? I
yeah.
can't eat, I cannot sleep, and I'm not the same anymore. No. I mean, I love some Anita Baker and some Nancy
Oh
Wilson, some
yes,
Phyllis Hyman, and some
yeah,
Ella Fitzgerald.
yeah, yeah.
And I love me some Nina. Sun up in the sky, you know how I feel.
Yeah. You know,
It's flying high, you know how I feel.
feel,
Ah, you know how I feel.
feel.
It's a new day. It's a new dawn. It's a new life.
Hey,
And I'm feeling good. You know, that kind of, yeah.
there you
I
go.
like all
And yeah,
that.
Tyler Perry, anybody. We need Mary Griffin, whatever these actors, these producers are. We need Mary also in some more in some movies. I want to.
Oh, I
I
would
want to.
love to.
Oh yeah, I definitely want to see Mary Griffin in some movie. Like Rodney said, Mary is right up there with all those women she named. Yes, she is. That's why I tell y'all, Mary Griffin has that it factor. And if you didn't know that, shame on you. Shame on you. Don't forget to go to marygriffin.com. And Mary, let them know the best way to find you on social media.
Best way to do it is there's a contact sheet on marygriffin.com. Hit
Okay.
me and leave your emails, management at mahoganyint.com. That goes straight to management and we answer you right back. So we got Mary Griffin Sings, and that is on Instagram.
Instagram.
We got Mary Griffin fan page on Facebook.
On Facebook.
And I don't play with Twitter too much, but it's Mary Griffin. Mary Griffin Sing, not
Mary,
plural. Mary Griffin
right.
Sing
Mary Griffin
on Twitter.
sings. And Mary, my last question for you: what do you want your future self to know?
My future self
Mm-hmm.
is to never give up,
Oh wow,
never give in,
mm,
never give out.
I love it. I love it. I love it, Mary. Again, this has been this has been just so healing having a conversation with you. I just want to say thank you from the bottom of my heart. And anything that I can do to continue to support you, share, play your music, Mary Griffin you're always in my corner. I'm always in your corner.
I love you. Thank you so much, Jazzy.
I love you. And you are a friend of the show. And please come back anytime. When you finish daydreaming, when you get ready to, please just call me Jazzy. Let's have a conversation.
Let's do that, baby.
And we'll do
look
that.
forward to it.
Yeah. I would love, Mary. Can you take us out with something?
Well, you know, I wanted to say this before we left.
Oh, sure.
I've been praying for Tina,
Oh, yeah.
and I want everybody else
Oh, yeah.
to lift Tina, okay?
Yeah.
For some reason, I'm just in that, I've been in that place now for 2 years.
Okay.
But let's pray for Miss Tina,
I know.
okay? That she has been, and when I say influence, Tina and Diana Ross, I wanted to always have that thing, you know, that Diana Ross, you know, do you know where
Where
you're
you
going
going
to?
to?
Do you know what life is trying to show you? Where are you going to? Do you know? I've always loved Diana for direction. And when I got a chance to meet her, oh my
Oh,
God. I just screamed. And she was energy
right.
at Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. What you call that place in New York? Not the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. That's in Cleveland. What's that other place?
Radio City.
Radio City Music Hall.
Okay.
She was everything I thought she would be. And so Diana Ross, Tina, I love you, Tina. If
Yeah.
Tina ever gets to see this, I love you.
I love
You you that nut bush thing. We country like I got that country thing, but she got so she's that energy, that velocity,
it. Hmm.
that rock and roll. I've always loved,
Right.
and George allowed me to be that on stage over in Europe, and I thank you. So we're gonna end with this one because you wanted this one. Yeah, I call you, my heart's on fire. Come to me, wild and wild. Oh, you come to me, give me everything that I need. You give me a lifetime of promises and a world of change. Speak the language of love like you know what it means. Oh, this can't be wrong. Take my heart and make it stronger, babe. You're simply the best, better than all the rest, better than anyone I ever met. I'm stuck on your heart. I hang on every word you say. Tear us apart. Baby, I'd rather be dead. In your eyes, every night, every morning, every day. Ooh, yes. In your eyes, I get lost, I get washed away. Oh, this can't be wrong. Take my heart and make it stronger, babe. You simply the best, better than all the rest, better than anyone I ever met. Oh, I'm stuck on your heart. I hang on every word you say. Tear us apart. Baby, I'd rather be dead. Each time I feel you, I start losing control. You're walking away with my heart and my soul. I can feel it even when I'm alone. Oh, baby, don't let go. Baby, I'd rather be dead. Oh, you're the best.
I love you, Mary. Mary. You are simply.
Hey! I love it.
I love it. I love it.
Hey, Doc. How you know?
Uh-huh.
I was in here singing myself.
Girl, I had to get up out of these here for a minute. Hold on. Here we go. Wait a minute. Okay, here we go.
Wow.
Wow.
Well, Mary,
You know what? I love everything about singing.
And it
And
shows.
performing.
It shows. It shines through so brightly. It shines through so brightly. It
Yeah.
really does.
Oh,
yeah, yes.
she's an angel. You know that,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, she is.
You see my fan said, let me show my little fan out. You see what it says on there? Blessed.
Blessed.
Blessed by the best, honey.
Thank you, Lord.
Yes,
Thank you, Lord.
Lord.
Thank you, Lord.
Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
If
Hallelujah.
I can sing though, now I ain't gonna embarrass myself, but I'll do it later
I
on.
can't stand the rain
Okay.
against my window.
Hey,
I
I can't
bring back
stand it.
sweet memories. Yeah.
I love it, Mary. I love it. Everybody, make sure you go over marygriffin.com. Again, her latest single, Angel, was released June 17th of this year. Go and download it, y'all. Download the song.
Please.
Please.
Please. Please. Please. Please.
I love it.
Oh,
Mary, again, thank you so much. Come back again on the show anytime.
thank you, baby.
I always play each and every Saturday on 90.7 Alabama State University. Angel is always on the playlist.
Oh, look at here. My baby keep coming over here.
Hey,
Where your baby at?
I think he's in the other room hiding somewhere.
Child, you can't leave this one in another room. His bark too loud.
Luther said your voice needs to be on soundtracks. I mean, her voice has been on soundtracks.
Yeah,
I mean,
we need to gotta get some of these new ones, but child, they want these children talking about nothing. But we go, we got. Tell them we're gonna start a petition. Put Mary Griffin on some soundtracks, and stop this thing which y'all got these children singing about nothing.
right. And you know, something I wanted to ask you, Mary. And I know I'm way over time. If you could do a duet, I mean, with somebody now, like who would you like to do a duet with? A male vocalist. Any male
It's
vocalist?
just- you know what? There are a couple of people, but I say this. That's a guy. I put him on my Instagram page. His name is Jay. It's not Jay Cross, is it? But he's got this soul that I love.
Okay.
But see, now you got me on that one. You do know you got me, right?
Yeah,
You
I got
me
you on that.
time. You
Hey,
got
right.
me on that one.
Okay. But that's okay.
It's I've done duets. I got little duets with young people
Right.
that I've done duets with.
Right.
But right now,
Was it J. Cole?
that's him. He takes a lot of the cover stuff
Right.
and does it his way.
Right.
And he hit me one day with something he was singing, and I said, "Oh, wow.
Right.
This one of them voices I can feel." It used to be Joe, because Joe would,
Oh yeah, I love Joe.
I was saying, Joe used to get me, in the 90s, honey.
Yeah.
I said I would love to do something with Joe.
Yeah.
But now somebody that's got, that it factor.
Mm-hmm.
Does it make you feel God? Let me tell you, it's a little boy here named Cortez, gospel music.
Mm-hmm.
That thing is crazy.
Wow.
He's a great gospel artist, but it's not a time that boy sing I don't start crying.
Oh wow.
You got Vincent Powell and Spud Howard, and here in Houston, we've got some really
Right.
Jacardi is what I call unbelievable.
Cortez.
Yeah, Jacardi Cortez, he's just like unbelievable.
Oh,
But
he is.
But if I were to record
Hmm.
something right now, and I got my brother Chris, Chris. Lord, I'm just you got me this time. Chris Walker. I got
Oh,
so many. Me and Chris and I sing a lot on shows together.
yeah.
When his brother Ernest Walker put stuff together, but
Take
I would
time.
love to do. Oh yeah, I would love to do a love song with Chris.
Oh, I could see you both. Well, y'all need to make that happen, Mary. Y'all need to
I
make
would
that.
love to. I would love to do one of those songs because
Right.
it's a good. It's we have a cohesiveness every time we sing because we
Right.
come from church, you
Right.
know, and then he used to sing in a quartet
Yeah.
when they were kids. They used to sing in a quartet, and see, my daddy was a quartet singer. So
Okay.
I know I told the Lord you free my soul. Yeah. The quartet music is a,
Right.
you know, so we got that thing that we have in common. But he's Al Jarreau, he's across
Oh yeah. Yes.
the thing. So I
Yeah.
mean, there are a few singers out there that I think we could make magic.
Hmm.
But if you come up with somebody that you feel, yeah, throw it that way.
There's an artist out there who's a jazz saxophonist, and we'll talk. And he did say that he wanted to contact you, reach out to you on a smooth jazz song that he would love for you to be
Yes,
a part
tell myself hit me up.
of. That's
Cause
right,
I
Leon.
did I did something with Taj Mahal with
Right.
the BB King with the BB King band. I did something with Taj Mahal called "Paying the Cost to Be the Boss,"
Right.
and so that that gave me a duet. You know that
Right.
I did in the last couple of years. So I would love to have somebody
Hmm.
that we could do something with, and that we could, people
Yeah.
would get it and they would pick it up and just start, promoting it. So
Right.
anybody, call a girl, honey, because
Okay.
I will do that.
All right.
I'm one of them girls. I'll try anything once if it's right. If it's right.
Rodney said the guy's name is it Jack Ross?
Is it J Cross or is it Jack Cross?
I think it might be J
I think
Cross.
it's J Cross.
J
His name is
Cross.
J. I had high hopes for you, baby. He plays piano.
Okay.
Yeah,
And, and my
if
friend
y'all get a hold of
Alicia,
him, tell him,
tell him.
tell him I said I need to do a duet with him.
Right. Our friend Alicia Purnell, who's an amazing soul singer here in Montgomery. She said she could see you doing something with Tyrese.
Ooh, I love Tyrese.
Yeah.
When he did Shame, he did that when he did Shame.
Yeah.
Yeah, I loved when he did Shame. Shame was one of them songs. It took us back
Oh
to
yeah.
that era.
Right.
Yeah, so yeah, I would do something with Tyrese. Yes, sir. Yeah, because
Okay.
he's from that. He's from that era too. Oh, that's him, baby. That's us singing.
Yes, he can.
Ooh, that's a. Now we could do a beautiful R&B song, and I can feel that when I put him up
Yeah.
on my page.
Mm-hmm.
I put him on. I said, "This man right here. If anybody know him, please introduce us so we can record something together. Cause I know it'll do something on radio."
Oh yes. Most definitely. We're gonna put that out there. It's already out there. It's gonna happen. It is gonna happen.
Leon Presley said he gonna hit me up. Well, hit me up, Leon, baby. That's the saxophone player. I saw
That's
him.
yeah.
Hit me up, boo.
Okay.
Give me a good one too.
That's right. Again, everybody, make sure you go over to marygriffin.com is our website. And Mary, I'm gonna ask you to do me a favor. Not that you have to do the whole thing. So could you take us out with something? I don't need no music, just a hymn or a favorite gospel, one of your favorite gospel tunes.
Okay.
Something, you know.
let me tell you something. The one gospel tune that I have truckers
Mm-hmm.
and a whole lot of people tell me that they get up with every morning.
Mm-hmm.
Try to drink me some tea. Is this song right here. Shine on me. Shine on me, Lord. Let the light from the lighthouse shine on me. Shine on me. Shine on me, Lord. Let the light from the lighthouse shine on me.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Hallelujah.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Hallelujah.
Thank you so much, everybody on the Dr. Graham got a
Put it in a collection plate. Thank you.
pass it.
Baby, she got me hollering. She got me hollering over here. Oh, Lord. Hey! She got me hollering over here.
I need all ushers on both sides. Please come down now.
Hallelujah!
Yes, ushers.
Oh, hallelujah. Good God Almighty.
Good God Almighty. Mary, can you stick around for about 2 minutes?
Yeah, baby.
Okay. Again,
All right.
everybody, thank you so much for an amazing show. My special guest, international recording artist, Ms. Mary Griffin. This has been such a powerful, awesome conversation tonight. Don't forget, marygriffin.com. Her latest release is Angel. Please, wherever music is sold and where music is streaming, please go download this song. Thank you all so much. The comments for those who shared the video, I see everybody. Thank you again so much for your support for Artist Talk each and every Monday, 7 p.m. Of course, the next Monday is a holiday, so our Artist Talk, I won't be here. Y'all have a safe holiday. Have a blessed rest of the week. Remember, KWard Radio is my YouTube. Please subscribe to the YouTube channel. KWardRadio.com is the website. Please subscribe to the website. Any artists that would like to be featured on the show. You don't have to be a recording artist, an author, whatever, you know, a painter. Please send your information to me if you'd like to support the show. My Cash App and PayPal information is listed there. Join me each and every Saturday on WVAS 90.7, Alabama State University, from 8 a.m. to 12 noon each and every Saturday. All right, guys, thank you all so much. Make sure you take care of yourself and be kind to others. See you next time.
Anytime you feel like you just can't hold on, just hold on to my love, 'cause I'll help you be strong. But You're so afraid to lose it. I can't reach your heart. I can't face this world that's keeping us apart. When I could be the one to show you